Welcome back to National Update. I'm Tracy Sable. 3 female high school athletes in California are suing state officials over Title IX violations. According to the suit, the California Department of Education, Europa Unified School District, and the California Interscholastic Federation violated the girls' rights under Title IX for allowing a biological male to enter girls' locker rooms and to compete on girls' varsity teams. In addition, the suit claims the girls were subjected to repeated sexual harassment. And joining us now is Adil Hazmat and Alyssa McPherson. They are both joined, that is, by Robert Tyler. He is the president and chief counsel with Advocates for Faith and Freedom. He is representing the 3 young women in this lawsuit. Welcome to you all. Appreciate you all coming on. So, Rose, I want to start with you. How did you both feel when you first learned that a biological male was using your locker room and also competing on your team?
Good morning.
And either one of you can start.
Yeah. Ever since our freshman year, when this transgender entered the locker room, because of my religious beliefs, I knew it wasn't okay and I can't change in front of that person. So I would wait until most of the girls left the locker room, and then eventually I told the office, I said I can't change in front of a particular person, and they said what we can do for you is we can have you change in the office or a separate room. And I said, what if every girl is uncomfortable? And they said then we'd have to accommodate to them. So I just feel like our rights weren't exactly protected in this situation.
Yeah, Alyssa, tell us how you feel and the response that you received when you spoke up.
Yeah, so I also spoke up about the locker room situation, about how I was uncomfortable changing in a locker room with that person, and I was just told that I can change in the nurse's office all the way across campus, and that made it hard for away games because in away games I'm not going to go to the other school's office and go ask to change in their nurse's office, so I would just wait and I'd have to change after. And for when it comes to playing, I always knew it was unfair, and I always knew that person had an advantage, but I've spoken up before and the administration hasn't done anything. So
yeah, and let me ask you girls this: why did you feel the need to take this next step and go, seek out counsel and launch a lawsuit?
Although I always wanted to stand up because I don't support it, but recently multiple girls, maybe 30, 40 girls have came up to me and said that they also don't feel comfortable in the situation. And I just felt like standing up was the right thing to do, because no one should have to feel silenced for their opinion, and no one should get hate for their opinion. It's just not right. And everyone has a right to their opinion and a right to their Title IX rights if you're a woman.
Absolutely. Robert, I want to bring you in right now. Tell us what's at stake in this case.
What's at stake in this case is it's at the heart of our nation. We've seen what has been going on over the last week and a half with the death of Charlie and speaking out. And he was addressing this very issue when he was shot. We are in a situation where I think parents and men, and in particular men, it's time to stand up. Dads, it's time to protect your girls. This issue has really blossomed into this deceit for young women that are being told that you have to accept this. If you don't accept this, even in this case, it's going to affect your future, your college career, your ability to play at a collegiate level. This has to stop. And this litigation is going to address that. I think this case in particular, there are numerous issues of what I would say harassment inside the locker room, sexual innuendo, things of that nature. In fact, what's even worse is that these girls have been subjected to being patted on the rear end. There's a picture in the complaint with a transgender boy with his hands on the girl's rear end in a huddle. In any other circumstance, with any normal male, this would be completely unacceptable. And when the girls complained, the Harupa Unified School District did nothing.
Unbelievable. I know, was it back in July, President Trump's Department of Education found that the California Department of Education violated civil rights by allowing biological boys to compete on girls' teams. That said, why is this still happening, Robert?
The reason why is because we have a governor and we have a legislature it's a one-party rule in the state. And what they're doing is they're coming alongside and they are saying, we're going to fight everything that the federal government wants to bring on us. They're going to fight the transgender issue, even though Gavin Newsom wants to say, well, it seems unfair to me, as he did in Charlie Kirk's interview with him. What we have here is one party rule, and it's a dictatorship in this state. And so the Fed has to step in. But more importantly, parents, men, moms, dads, time to stand up for you girls. We need to protect our kids. Enough is enough. Charlie talked about speaking about truth, having courage. And this is what these girls are doing here. They have the courage to speak truth. And to a large degree, these cases, they're difficult sometimes to win, especially here in California. But the truth can't be silenced. And thank you for allowing the truth to be heard on your newscast.
Well, it is our pleasure and great honor to do it. And girls, just really quickly, we're almost out of time. You have about 20 seconds. What would you like to tell other girls who may be facing the same thing?
If you're feeling uncomfortable, please speak up. Don't be silenced by the people around you, even if you're going to get hate for it. I've gotten a lot of hate, but I've also gotten a lot of support. So know that majority of the country is on your side. So just stand up for what you believe in and don't let people silence you.
Well, Hadil, Alyssa, you are very brave young ladies. We thank you for what you're doing, and thank you, Robert. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And more National Update after the break. Stay with us.